Should be going. You want me to do it? I'll do it. No, sorry. Should be in the front, yeah. All right, rotate. You ready to rock? When you're ready, Al. Al, what's the other one? Redstone? What is Redstone?
What's that?
The other segment was Redstone?
Yeah.
What was her name?
Lisa.
Oh, Lisa.
I'll give you her last name here in about 5 seconds, 10 seconds away. Here we go. Yes, game 3 of this NFL season, and this could be a preview of the NFC Championship game. The Buccaneers and the Rams, both teams are 2-0. Tom Brady is white hot right now. He leads the NFL with 9 touchdown passes in only 2 games. The Rams are downright dominating with new quarterback Matt Stafford. You know, he didn't get to play in very many big games with the Lions. They're called the Motor City Kitties for a reason, but he does have a big one today, and I'm sure he was too excited to sleep last night because he can't wait to toy with that Buccaneers secondary. The Buccaneers are missing JPP on defense. The Buccaneers are missing Antonio Brown because of COVID concern, yet the Buccaneers are still slight favorites, and apparently that glare of the Super Bowl trophy must be blinding the odds makers. The Buccaneers and the Rams today from Tinseltown. And with that, welcome to the Al Keck Show, ignited by Guerrilla Marketing Inc. and by Duckys Sports Lounge. Are you looking for the perfect place to watch the Buccaneers and Rams? Are you looking for the perfect place to watch today's NFL action, period? Duckys is your place. Big screens galore. The best food in Tampa. Duckys, 1719 West Kennedy in Tampa. Join us for our watch party today here at Duckys Sports Lounge. I'm coming to you live from Duckys Sports Lounge as we speak. Now, these are 2 of the best teams in the NFC, and these are 2 of the best teams in the NFL, period. No secret why everybody is loving the Buccaneers right now. How about a 10-game winning streak going back to last season? You know, they haven't lost since before the bye week in early December of last year. And the Buccaneers have set an NFL record with 9 straight games of scoring at least 30 points. Right now, they lead the NFL in scoring at some 40 points per game, and the Rams are number 2. It's all about Tom Brady right now. He leads all of football with 9 touchdown passes in 2 games. He even joked this last week about playing until he's 50. That ain't looking like a joke. But the Rams owned one of the best defenses in football. And with the Buccaneers scoring at least 30 points per game, it will take one of their best performances in years, and they may have to score a whole lot more to keep up with the Rams. Just listen to the GOAT, Tom Brady. clear. All the talk about Brady is from the national media. If the Buccaneers have any chance to win this game, they will have to play their best defensive game since Super Bowl 55. Defense, like they played against Dallas or Atlanta, will be downright embarrassing for the Buccaneers. Now, my special guest was a starting offensive tackle for the Buccaneers in Super Bowl 37, Roman Oben. He was one of the first free agents signed by John Gruden. 2 solid seasons as a starter for the Buccaneers. He's now a vice president for the NFL in New York City. And we spoke this week from NFL offices.
Well, I mean, it was a blessing and a curse because I don't think I played as well in 03 as I did in 02 for a lot of reasons. I mean, I broke my hand. We started off with some of those close losses in 03 with Carolina, the field goal blocking and all that stuff. And my wife was on bed rest. I think I dropped 20 pounds that year. By the end of the season, I was like 285. It was just a tough season mentally. And so I was looking forward to just chalking that behind me and just let's getting back to the basics. But the organization was making moves, and they brought in Derek Deese already in free agency. They brought in Todd Stuess, and they made some moves that were best in interest of the organization on their standpoint. So I walk in, I do my lift, and in the morning at 7 o'clock, 8:30 special teams meeting, and I get pulled into the GM's office. It was actually Doug Williams and I forgot.
Bruce Allen.
Yeah, Bruce Allen. Yeah, BA and Doug Williams. And they said, "Look, you've been a warrior. You helped us win a Super Bowl, and there have been some interest in you for a trade, and we've entertained some things. We want you to be well situated, but you're going to be traded. You've been traded to San Diego Chargers. And by the way, you have a noon flight today." And I'll never forget that discussion. I say, "Wait, but what?" And so, no, it was interesting. And so I left, and then it's funny when you get traded or released or whatever, and you've got the security guard like right at your locker, so you don't start throwing things everywhere, and they pack your stuff. And I'm a professional. I went and spoke to the equipment manager. Looks like, look, we just found out late last night. I was upset that they didn't tell me the night before, because it wasn't worked out at 7 a.m. It was worked out the day before.
Right.
And my agent didn't know. And so I think sometimes, when you talk about players that find out that they've been traded or something on the internet, or Adam Schefter or somebody else, I think how you communicate things in the good news, bad news is more important than the news itself. And I don't think they did a good job at that point. Look, that was their choice. So I could have been more prepared the night before. I had my youth camp in DC that weekend. It was just a weird day. So I said, thank you. Spoke to the equipment manager about my equipment. I told them, they called the Chargers, told them what I needed. Same thing with the training room. And anyway, I shook everyone's hand. I got in the car, called my wife. I said, look, I got to go get a haircut. I said, why are you calling me? I said, we just got traded. We're going to San Diego. She goes, what? I goes, yeah, I got traded. And she goes, wait, seriously? I was like, yeah, I got a flight today at noon, so I got to get myself together. And that was it. That was the business. But the Bucs went 4-12 that year in 04, and I helped the Chargers revitalize, and this young, unproven tight end named Antonio Gates and this young Drew Brees quarterback lines, and Doug Flutie was on the team. And it was, it was great to go in, and now where I'm the guy that got traded, now I walk in another locker room and I'm a guy who's won a Super Bowl, and I'm a guy that can help the younger guys establish a new culture of winning, and which is what we did. So those years in San Diego, 04, 05, 06, 07, I mean, you're talking.
Hey, welcome to myfishwish.com, a place where the joy.
And it was just a weird blur, because you're dealing with your accent and your English language, and but we went back a few times throughout that stretch. Appreciate just I was the first Cameroonian-born player ever drafted in the NFL, and that's in the history books, and so I appreciate that, and I take that very seriously. And you have a lot of. I was a kid looking at Christian Okoye run the ball, and he was like, he represented all Africans. And now there are a lot of people from Africa, and or leader first generation that are playing. Ndamukong Suh is Cameroonian, and so he's another Buccaneer. That's Cameroonian now. But no, it was great. It was great. I'm always gonna appreciate my time and my journey, and it also gave me just a deeper sense of responsibility to communities that I came from, the communities that I played in.
You're talking to me from the NFL offices in New York. You now work for the NFL. You're a vice.
Who knows? Maybe someday he could be a team executive, a team president for somebody, or
Could he become the NFL commissioner? Very interesting there. Maybe. You just never know. I do not like the Buccaneers this afternoon. I just do not like the Buccaneers today, and I so hope I am wrong. It's become a little Dr. Seuss thing for me, a little green eggs and ham. I would not, could not, in the rain, not in the dark, not on a train, not in a car, not in a tree. I do not like them, Sam, you see. And apparently, I'm one of the only Sams out there because the Buccaneers are actually favorites in this game. My beef? They don't have anybody that can cover Cooper Kupp. My beef, they don't have anybody that can cover Robert Woods. I'm not trying to be Al the alarmist, but what about this Buccaneer defense? Screams it can handle these two and Matthew Stafford. Last season, Jared Goff groped that Buccaneer defense. Jared Goff. I mean, the Buccaneer defense was the only defense that couldn't handle Goff, and that's why he's in Detroit now. Count on this. Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods will cremate the Buccaneers secondary. A Buccaneer defenseless back crew, just not as fast and not as skilled. It's duck, duck, goose. The Bucs are cooked before he even gets to goose. And I don't care what new math you're trying to apply. Brady cannot keep up. And the Bucs are praying for a 48-45 kind of game, and they better hope they have the ball last. Basically, Bruce Arians needs Ted Lasso to speak to this Buccaneers secondary right before the game. Ted's advice, you know what the happiest animal on earth is? It's a goldfish. Know why? It has a 10-second memory. If only that Buccaneers secondary could last 10 seconds. And believe me, I can identify. While the Buccaneers cannot keep up with the Rams today, I'd love to see a rematch in the NFC Championship game, and by then, Todd Bowles will figure out a way for his front seven to put so much pressure on Stanford. Just like the playoffs last year, they did the same thing to the Saints and Chiefs. And yes, Al the alarmist will turn into Assured Al at that time. But until then, with apologies to Dr. Seuss, ain't no way I like them today. I could not, would not, even with the GOAT tossing the Lombardi off a boat. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere or this day. I just don't see the Buccaneers winning today. More after this. If only that Buccaneers secondary could last 10 seconds.
Windshield has no cash value. Be suspicious of any company offering cash back. Call a local glass company you can trust, a Glass Doctor. Go to glassdoctor.com. Glass Doctor guarantees new windshields for 12 months against breakage and a lifetime against leaks and defects. When you need glass, the choice is clear. Glass Doctor.
Call the Glass Doctor, we'll fix your paint. Oh, yeah.
Ocean has never been more important for your home or your office. Prevent disaster and make life easier. Try a security and home automation system from Alarm Engineers, Inc., Tampa's trusted leader for more than 30 years. State-of-the-art security systems, award-winning monitoring, And now Full Spectrum Smart Home Solutions. Alarm Engineers Inc. has everything your home and office could possibly need and will work with any budget. Book a free security or smart home consultation today. Call 813-948-4000. That's 813-948-4000. And get your first month free by telling them Al Keck sent you. Alarm Engineers Inc. Al Keck here for my friends at Family Lawn, Pest, Handyman, and Housekeeping. I'm all about saving money and saving time, especially when it comes to maintaining my home. These people are 4-in-1. One provider for my lawn, pest, handyman, and housekeeping. I don't have to call 4 different companies, receive 4 different estimates, have 4 different strangers come into my home and write 4 different checks. I simply call Roger and Paula at Family Lawn and Pest. Sign up for a year and leave the honeydews to them. Get a free estimate. Call 813-526-8111. That's 813-526-8111. Tell them Al Keck sent you and get $250 off your first year or 20% off your first month. It's Family Lawn and Pest and so much more. Al Keck here. I have to tell you about my amazing pampered experience at Daniela LaCorey Styling Studio. First of all, I love what she did with my hair, but it's the entire experience that truly sets her apart. You walk in and chances are she's playing your favorite music because she cares. She pours you your favorite adult beverage because she cares. It's gone from haircut to a truly relaxing time. Only at Daniela LaCorey Styling Studio. Haircuts, men and women, full spot treatments, hair color. Get it all with Daniela. Check her out on Instagram at Daniela LaCorey or book her on the Booksy app at ladybarberdaniela.booksy.com. Tell her Al Keck sent you and get $10 off your first service, plus neck and shoulder massage. Daniela LaCorey Styling Studio. Sports media has evolved. Introducing NSPN Next Gen Sports, your number one source for all team and combat sports. Live shows, breaking news, esports tournaments, and interactive sports content like never before. Like and follow NSPN on our Facebook page for your chance at this month's fan giveaway contest. And tune in every Sunday at noon for exclusive video access to my Al Keck Show interview. NSPN, Next Gen Sports. Launch your scale.
And we're coming to you live from Duckys Sports Lounge and Grill, 1719 West Kennedy in Tampa. The perfect place to enjoy the game if you're not going to the game. Food, drink, great atmosphere. You can even bowl here. Check it out today for all the NFL games and especially for this Buccaneers-Rams showdown. So come on down to Duckys, my favorite sports bar in Tampa. No doubt about it. And my favorite time of the week, hashtags. We use hashtags for everything to describe the storyline for the Buccaneers or what's going on in sports in the Tampa Bay area. And joining me with hashtags, Kyle Keck. And Kyle, are you ready to have some fun? Okay, well, your first hashtag. That's a good one. I love that. Hashtag the Rook. All right, my hashtag, in Godwin we trust. Chris Godwin's had his way with the Rams. 2 games, 19 catches for 225 yards and 3 touchdowns in those 2 games. And how the Buccaneers need a consistent Chris Godwin today. Antonio Brown is on the league's COVID list. He didn't even travel to L.A., so they need Godwin even more than ever. Godwin has been up and down this season, a pair of touchdowns. He would have had another, but remember the fumble in the end zone against Dallas in week 1. But he has 3 touchdowns against the Rams in 2 games. Hashtag in Godwin we trust. Kyle, number 2. Well, mine's fairly similar here. Hashtag 1 is the loneliest number. You know, it's always something with Rojo. Yes, Rojo can run the football, but that's his one big skill. The Buccaneers simply need more from their running backs, like holding on to the football, blocking to protect Tom Brady. That fumble against Dallas, the missed block last week against Atlanta, that led to a Tom Brady sack. He has almost gotten Brady killed a few times in 2 seasons, and that's why he's not on the field in crucial situations. Now, Rojo has one good talent, and it's a good one. He's got that burst running the football, but Brady doesn't trust him at crucial times in the game. Hashtag 1 is the loneliest number. Kyle, your last one. Whoa, there you go. I hope your hashtag comes true. Mine is actually on the Rays and winning the American League East last night. I know it's off script. I know it's supposed to be about the Bucs, but hey, this is my show and I can do whatever I want. Hashtag catch us while you can. The Rays appear to be hell-bent on their plan to split the season between Tampa Bay and Montreal. They can't get a retractable roof stadium here in Tampa, so they believe they can get an outdoor stadium built for half the season in Tampa and the same thing in Montreal, and then rotate the playoffs. All right. Are you guys willing to pay for that? I just don't see it happening. And why Montreal? Baseball couldn't get out of there fast enough. On the field, the Rays are the most innovative franchise out there, but this idea is felony stupid, and it's simply negotiation. If this area refuses to build them a stadium for half the season, they will leave, but they will leave for Nashville or Vegas. I doubt Montreal because, again, baseball couldn't get out of Montreal fast enough. So Rays, good luck in the playoffs. And by the way, what happens if the Rays win the World Series? Tampa Bay won't pony up for a retractable roof stadium then? That's a bad look. Hashtag catch us if you can. Kyle Keck, thank you. Talk to you next week for that big one against the Patriots. I'm really excited about this new sponsor, Yanko Macedo from Tampanero Cigars in Ybor City. I mean, let's face it, Tampa Bay is known for its sports champions and cigars. Tampanero cigars are hand-rolled to perfection. Just listen to the owner. Yanko Macedo. While we're doing that interview, Tabanero Cigars, you have to check that place out. Coming up, all that rent that you're paying, find out what that really means. And you business owners that rely upon credit cards, have I got a deal for you? That's next on the Al Keck Show, coming to you live from Duckys Sports Lounge and Grill. It is the place to watch the NFL action today, especially that Bucs-Rams game.
Five, the Bone. With uncertainty at an all-time high, securing what matters most has never been more important for your home or your office. Prevent disaster and make life easier. Try a security and home automation system from Alarm Engineers, Inc., Tampa's trusted leader for more than 30 years. State-of-the-art security systems, award-winning monitoring, and now full-spectrum smart home solutions. Alarm Engineers, Inc. has everything your home and office could possibly need and will work with any budget. Book a free security or smart home consultation today. Call 813-948-4000. That's 813-948-4000. And get your first month free by telling them Al Keck sent you. Alarm Engineers, Inc. Al Keck here for my friends at Family Lawn, Pest, Handyman, and Housekeeping. I'm all about saving money and saving time, especially when it comes to maintaining my home. These people are 4 in 1. One provider for my lawn, pest, handyman, and housekeeping. I don't have to call 4 different companies, receive 4 different estimates, have 4 different strangers come into my home and write 4 different checks. I simply call Roger and Paula at Family Lawn and Pest. Sign up for a year and leave the honeydews to them. Get a free estimate. Call 813-526-8111. That's 813-526-8111. Tell them Al Keck sent you and get $250 off your first year or 20% off your first month. It's Family Lawn and Pest and so much more. Al Keck here. I have to tell you about my amazing pampered experience at Daniela LaCorey Styling Studio. First of all, I love what she did with my hair, but it's the entire experience that truly sets her apart. You walk in and chances are she's playing your favorite music because she cares. She pours you your favorite adult beverage because she asks. It's gone from haircut to a truly relaxing time. Only at Daniela LaCorey Styling Studio. Haircuts, men and women, full spa treatments, hair color. Get it all with Daniela. Check her out on Instagram at Daniela LaCorey or book her on the Booksy app at ladybarberdaniela.booksy.com. Tell her how Keck sent you and get $10 off your first service, plus neck and shoulder massage. Daniela LaCorey Styling Studio. Sports media has evolved. Introducing NSPN Next Gen Sports, your number one source for all team and combat sports. Live shows, breaking news, esports tournaments, and interactive sports content like never before. Like and follow NSPN on our Facebook page for your chance at this month's fan giveaway contest. And tune in every Sunday at noon for exclusive video access to my Al Keck Show interview. NSPN, Next Gen Sports. Launch or scale your brand or business with Guerrilla Marketing Inc. and digitally dominate the competition. Right now, get a small business starter package. You're talking a custom logo, toll-free vanity number, equipped with a digital directory, 5-page website, and matching media page for $1,299. That's a $3,000 value. Visit GuerrillaMarketingInc.com or call 813-358-2273 to get started. Medical marijuana.
We are coming to you live from Duckys Sports Lounge and Grill on West Kennedy in Tampa. If you don't want to watch the Buccaneers and Rams from home, I mean, you have to come to Duckys. So many big screens. Check out all the NFL action along with the NSPN watch party today. Duckys on West Kennedy. All right, let's change gears. So many of you would love to buy a home and you're paying a ton in rent. Do you know what that really means? Well, listen to the main man in home financing, Steve Kelly from All Western Mortgage.
going up and up. And we just assumed that buying would be so expensive. Is there a way to put the numbers into perspective, what you're paying in rent and what you could buy?
Of course. And once again, thanks for having me, Al. This is great. Right now, people that are renting may not realize just how much of a house they can get. Let's just throw out some real numbers here. If you're paying $1,000 in rent, you can afford that same payment will buy you a $200,000 house, right? If you're paying $1,500 in rent, you're going to get approximately a $300,000 house. Now, all this is contingent, of course, upon what the taxes and the homeowner's insurance is, and if there's flood insurance. But normally, the numbers I'm giving you are pretty close to that mark. So if you're paying $2,000 in rent, heck, you can get yourself a $400,000 house. $2,500, you're up to about $450, maybe even close to $500. I mean, you can get a lot of house for what you're paying for rent, paying somebody else's mortgage. Why do that? And on top of that, a lot of people are thinking, well, maybe I don't have enough money down, or maybe I don't have the right credit. Well, we have answers for that as well. Okay. I mean, we have down payment assistance programs, and those are a little income generated. So if you're getting up to a $450,000, $500,000 house, you're not going to get the down payment assistance that you're wanting. But for the middle America, we have the state, the county, the city down payment assistance programs where it has no payment for 5 years, and it's forgivable, so you never have to pay it back. We're talking anywhere from $10,000 to $30,000 of down payment assistance. Some of it is zero interest, and you have a tiny small payment for like 20 years. There's a ton there available. And then when you get into, well, is my credit good enough? Well, that's also something that is workable, okay? If you come to me and I pull your credit report, I'm going to see your scores. What most people don't realize is that we actually go over and above at All Western Mortgage. We actually get our credit report that shows the potential score that you can have. And we have a what if simulator that we can run, and it'll tell you, hey, you got to pay this credit card down. You got to pay this collection off, or if you're an authorized user on a credit card, get that taken off. There's different ways to help your credit score. Maybe some things are reported a couple times rather than once, and they're reported in error. And when we do that, a lot of people think, we got to wait 30 or 60 days to get that corrected. As a mortgage professional, I'm going to be able to take if you go do those things I give you to change or amend your credit to be proper, you can send that to me, and I do what's called a rapid rescore. And I'm going to get those new scores back within about a week, maybe 5.
Everybody is looking for ways to save money. How about saving on one of your most basic needs, credit cards? And get this, your cost will never go up. Such a deal. Here's Lisa Benedicci from Redstone Payment Solutions. Benedicci of Redstone Payment Solutions. I know you grew up in that other Bay Area, and you're a huge 49ers fan, but you've been a Tampa Bay resident now for years. You do know that the football team here, the Buccaneers, they are Super Bowl champions. Are you now a Buccaneers fan?
I can definitely say yes. Tom Brady is just amazing. This guy is from San Francisco, by the way. He's a class act. He's a legend in his own time. I love watching the Bucs.
So one of the biggest games of this NFL season, Buccaneers and Rams today. Many believe that this is a preview of the NFC Championship game. So this is a huge Sunday afternoon. Tell us now about Redstone Payment Solutions. If I'm a business owner, how can Redstone help me?
Well, one of the most basics of owning a business is accepting credit cards, and businesses are contacted constantly. So what I do is I offer the most competitive rates, but the key is that mine do not increase ever. And that's why I don't have a termination fee to prove to the merchant they're not stuck, because I got to keep them happy and I want them to feel comfortable being with me as their Visa MasterCard lady.
Here's a question for you. What if I'm a business owner and I want the simplest program out there? I want cost certainty. I want to know what it's going to cost me every month to run those credit cards. Do you have a program for me?
Yes, this program was introduced, I would say, about 3.5 years ago, and it's called the Cash Discount Program. And the bottom line is, regardless of whatever volume the merchant has, whether it's $1,000 or it could be $100,000.
Final thoughts after this.
$34.85 period, and that's all they pay.
That's it.
Now, when it comes to customer service, are you there to help?
Yes. Customer service, I love what I do. I'm a phone call away. If there's a problem and the merchant needs help immediately, and it may come at the most inopportune time, I am there. Just give me a jingle.
Close with the story from my 40 years covering sports around the country. And one of my favorite events here has always been the Outback Bowl on New Year's Day. I believe it's one of the best matchups with teams from the SEC and the Big Ten. And I go back to 1998 with Alabama and Michigan. I need a quick interview to preview the game. I head out to the Michigan practice. I have very limited time. In fact, the station is already calling me to get the camera back for another story. So I see the Michigan officials and I tell them I need one quick interview. Do you have anybody I can just grab? And I see the backup quarterback. He's just standing there. Of course, the starter is Brian Greasy. And I ask if I could grab the backup quarterback. They bring him over, gives me a great interview. That interview was, you guessed it, Tom Brady, his first real introduction to Tampa. And he was incredible even back then. I want to thank Roman Oben, Kyle Keck, Yanko Masita from Tabanero Cigar, Steve Kelly, Lisa Beneducci, my EP, Megan Keck, and Ryan Hoppy back at the studio. I have to thank Gio here at Duckies for being our home and being so gracious to have us here today. Come out to Duckies and really enjoy the food, the big screens, and everything that goes on with Duckies. And I'm so hoping that the Buccaneers secondary can handle the Rams, and it's not the cup, and as in Cooper Cup, runneth over. Enjoy the games.